This is the loneliest walk in sports, 40 yards, alone, with over a billion people watching, waiting at the end of it, the easiest shot in soccer. 12 yards, a goal 8 yards wide, a ball that takes half a second to arrive. The math says professionals should score basically every time. They miss 1 in 4, and here is the strangest part. The bigger the star, the more likely they choke. By the end of this video, you will know exactly why and how to beat it in your own life because you choke the exact same way they do. Let us start with how weird this actually is. These players take hundreds of penalties in training and score almost all of them. In practice, the best players convert over 90%. In World Cup shootouts, that number falls off a cliff. Whole tournaments have been decided by this collapse, careers remembered for one missed kick. Nations hold their breath. Grown adults hide behind couches. Same player, same ball, same 12 yards. The only thing that changed is inside their head. And it gets stranger. Playing at home in front of your own supportive fans makes it worse. Supportive crowds increase choking. Love is pressure wearing a jersey. So, what actually breaks? To understand it, you need to know how your brain stores a skill. When you first learn something, your conscious brain controls every step. Slow, clumsy, thinking about everything. But with practice, the skill moves into a deeper system. Autopilot. That is why you can ride a bike while talking or type without looking. Autopilot is fast, smooth, and it does not need you. Now add pressure. Billion viewers. Your country on your shoulders. One kick. Your heart doubles. Your vision narrows. The stadium goes quiet in your ears. And your conscious brain panics and does the worst possible thing. It grabs the wheel. And the wheel grab has a body too. Stiff legs, short breath, a run-up that suddenly feels like walking on stilts. Scientists call it explicit monitoring. Your thinking brain starts supervising a skill that runs on autopilot. Suddenly, you are thinking about your run-up, your plant foot, your ankle angle. You have unlearned the skill in real time. A 10,000-hour autopilot overridden by 30 seconds of panic. It is like a CEO storming into the server room to help by unplugging things. And scientists have proven this in the lab with one brutal experiment. Researchers took expert golfers and asked them to putt while paying attention to their swing. Their accuracy collapsed. Then they distracted them, made them count random tones while putting, and the experts got better. Read that again. Not thinking about the skill improved it. The same collapse shows up in basketball free throws, in darts, even in piano. Any skill you own can be stolen back by your own attention. Attention is not always your friend. For a mastered skill, attention is sand in the gears. Try it yourself right now. Think hard about how your fingers type and watch your typing fall apart. Or try explaining exactly how you balance on a bike. You cannot. Your autopilot never wrote it down in words. Now back to the penalty spot, because the data gets even weirder. Researchers studied every World Cup shootout ever filmed. Players who rushed, who kicked less than a second after the whistle, scored far less. One study clocked it precisely. Kick within 1 second of the whistle, and conversion drops through the floor. Rushing is not confidence. Rushing is escape. The players who paused, placed the ball, and breathed, they scored more. Goalkeepers know this, by the way. That is why they delay, chat, and touch the ball. They are recruiting your supervisor. A single breath was worth more than a decade of talent. And the superstars, the ones with the most status, missed the most. Then, because they had the most to lose, and their thinking brains knew it. One researcher watched hundreds of shootout tapes and noticed something tiny. The players who turned their back on the goalkeeper right after placing the ball missed more. Avoiding the moment tells your brain the moment is a threat. And threats wake up the supervisor. Meanwhile, the goalkeeper is running his own psychology experiment. Keepers dive on almost every single penalty. Left or right, pick one, fly. But studies of hundreds of penalties found the best strategy is often just standing still. Nearly a third of shots go right down the middle. Standing still would save more goals. The math is not close. So why do keepers always dive? Because standing still while losing feels unbearable. Scientists call it action bias. Doing something feels safer than doing the right thing. Doctors overprescribe because of it. Investors overtrade because of it. Keepers fly because of it. Remember that one. It runs your life too. Because here is the part where this stops being about soccer. You have a penalty kick coming. It just does not involve a ball. The job interview where your mind went blank. The exam where you forgot things you had known for years. The presentation where your voice did that thing. The first date where you forgot how conversations work. All of it is the same crash. Pressure arrives, your thinking brain grabs the wheel, and a skill you own dissolves. Talking is a mastered skill. Walking is. Remembering is. Until someone important is watching. Psychologists have watched students lose exam points they owned for years, purely from self-monitoring. So the question is not whether you choke. Everyone chokes. The question is whether you know how to give the wheel back. And, by the way, this is why you sing perfectly in the shower and forget every word on karaoke night. Nobody is watching in the shower, so nobody grabs the wheel. Here is what actually works, straight from the research. None of it is motivational poster stuff, all of it is mechanical. First, build a routine and make it a ritual. The best penalty takers do the exact same thing every time. Same steps back, same breath, same look. Watch any great free throw shooter. 3 dribbles, spin, breathe, shoot. Every single time. A routine gives your conscious brain a job, so it stays out of the autopilot's way. That is the whole trick. You cannot silence the supervisor, but you can give it busy work. Second, aim outside your body. Focus on the target, never the technique. Studies across dozens of sports show external focus beats internal focus every time. Think where, never how. There is even a weirder trick from the lab. Athletes who squeezed a ball in their left hand before performing choked less. It quiets the overthinking side of the brain. Strange, simple, and it worked in study after study. Third, slow is a weapon. Take the extra breath. Let the whistle wait. Remember, the rushers miss, the breathers score. Fourth, practice with stakes. Pressure is a skill too, and you can rep it. Rehearse the presentation in front of people. Take the practice test with a timer. Make training feel real. Comedians do open mics. Pilots do simulators. Same principle. Your autopilot cannot tell rehearsed pressure from real pressure. That confusion is the whole opportunity. The more your autopilot has seen pressure, the less novel the real thing feels. And one more thing, never say relax. Telling someone to relax is telling them to monitor themselves harder. There is a better sentence. Talk to yourself by name, like a coach would. Studies show second-person self-talk beats first-person. You can do this works better than I can do this. Give the brain a task, not a command. So the next time you watch a shootout, watch the walk. Somewhere on those 40 yards, a battle is happening that has nothing to do with feet. A supervisor trying to grab a wheel it should never touch. And when the player pauses, breathes, and stares at one corner, you will know. The wheel went back. That is not calm you are watching. That is engineering. Your penalties are coming too. The interview, the exam, the stage. Routine, target, breath, reps. 4 moves. That is the entire choke-proof kit. That is the whole protocol, and it is yours now. Because the cruel joke of choking is that it only visits people with something worth protecting. Which means if you have ever choked, congratulations. It proves you are carrying something that mattered. If your brain has ever blanked at the worst possible moment, send this to someone whose brain does it too. Next video, we are opening the diary again, because your brain has a delete button and it has been using it on your memories without asking. I will see you there.